are back to race week. Thank God. I missed race week. Pirelli are bringing new compounds to Miami as well. They are bringing a softer soft.
Praise the world and the Lord. And someone in this crowd just like takes a whistle and goes, these two are gonna start doing jumping jacks in the middle of nowhere. Like,
Dude, this guy's not a rookie anymore. Change my host. Change my co-host.
you wanna talk about the biggest driver rumor?
I do. I'm waiting to talk about it.
Here it
Rookies.
is. What's up? What's up?
Welcome back to episode 13. And we are back to race week. Thank God. I missed race week.
I mean, still for Indian viewers, it's a little like some of them might miss it and feel like there isn't one, given that the race is pretty late this time. Although, if you guys have the time, Saturday night 9:30, do catch the sprint. Could
Yes.
be epic. Last sprint ended very well for yours truly, so I'm hoping it does again.
Yes. 1:30 a.m. is the race for Indians, which I feel like quite a few people will miss.
Yeah,
And-
it's a Sunday night. People go work the next day.
That's true. And I feel like we won't be there to give our live reactions on Instagram, which, might break the hearts of us.
sorry to the 25 people that religiously get our live stories.
Okay, I don't care. Okay, I don't care how many people are watching it. I love doing it.
Same.
Right?
It makes the race so much more fun to watch.
Correct. And it's like our true unfiltered thoughts.
Mhm.
Like these episodes, we're quite like chill about it, but
Yeah.
we do have like points.
Yeah.
When we do the race, like live reactions, we are just freeballing.
Yeah, we actually have like no script, nothing in place, but just talking.
Yeah. If you guys like it, if anyone's watching and if anyone wants to comment on this YouTube video, if you guys like it, would you want like a full live reaction? Like, we set up the camera and we record the whole race
thing,
live.
yeah.
Because that would be quite cool.
Yeah, they'll also catch like a lot of the lull moments and also a lot of the high moments.
Which is fine. Like, I know that these YouTubers, P1 with Matt and Tommy, they're also podcast channels. They do it. They record the whole live reaction with their Patreon members. Yeah. And people love it. So, while we're not there yet, someday we will be. So, yes, welcome back to the Miami Grand Prix week. So, guys, we will start this episode with a few facts about the Miami Grand Prix.
It's needed. I need to brush up.
Yes. So, we called the Saudi Grand Prix track a rookie track because it was added recently.
Right.
Miami, too, is like a very rookie track. In fact, it is even later than the Saudi.
So, if Saudi is Ollie, this is Kimmy?
Yep, this is Kimmy. We love Miami. Which, as a new fan, I didn't know. Like, I would feel like Miami's been there for a really long time because it's such a popular, like,
I think it's the popularity that makes it feel like it's always been around.
That's true.
Because it's like, from what I understand, it's pretty heavily star-studded, isn't it?
Yes, it's star-studded. We will get into it, but people do like special liveries. They do special costumes. So like, it's a moment. But yeah, this track was introduced only as recently as 2022.
Oh,
yes,
that's like now.
Yeah, exactly. So 2022 and 2023, no surprises. Max Verstappen won the race. 2024, Lando Norris won his first ever Grand Prix at Miami.
No cheer for that one.
Yes. And this track now has a 10-year contract with the FIA, so we know they're going to stick around.
That's pretty cool. Cool.
They are known for their fast straights and tricky corners. Corner number 14 and 15 being one of the most notorious on the calendar.
Really?
Yep. A lot of drivers find this really, really challenging.
We know someone who's already suffering and is going to suffer even more. I pity you so.
It offers plenty of chances for drivers to overtake, which is good for us.
And for Max.
Because exactly that. Max in 2023 Miami Grand Prix climbed from 9th on the grid to take the win.
Yeah, and that's a pretty unforgettable win that he's gotten. Like, he really went for it that time.
Yeah, so we know Max is good at this, and this track really offers him the chance to do that. We all know Norris won his first Grand Prix in Miami in 2024, But also to note, he and Pierre Gasly had a really bad crash in Miami in 2022. And the last thing to note for Miami, this is again a little bit technical.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sprint weekend,
Right.
of course, which is very exciting. And Pirelli are bringing new compounds to Miami as well. They are bringing a softer soft.
Praise the word and the Lord.
Yes.
I have been waiting for this to happen ever since I looked into what the history of tires has been.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all really need to have a look. For all the F1 fans out there that have like joined in the past 5 years, you need to see what
I need to see.
They had something called ultra softs and hyper softs.
Oh.
So like imagine these
Well,
tires.
they'll be like degrading on the first lap.
3 laps, 3 to 4 laps. They had a 4-stop strategy at one point.
Wow.
And there was a time where the FIA did not care if you switched from hards to mediums and you had to like change compound. They didn't care.
Now it's a little stricter, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So what is very interesting about this is there's a new soft compound.
Right.
So that means last year's softs are now mediums.
Okay.
Last year's mediums are now hards.
Fair enough.
Okay, and last year everyone came out on mediums except the 5 cars at the back who came out on softs. And they all, especially Yuki Tsunoda, did really well.
On mediums?
On softs.
On softs, okay.
Yeah. Whereas the rest stayed on mediums, and because of the safety car and all, Norris got an advantage, but it was not because of the tires. Only Yuki did really well coming out of softs. But now the whole thing has changed. If they want to stick to the tires they know and have used and know work in Miami,
get out on hards essentially.
Yep.
But that's not going to work for a team strategy. Isn't Miami supposed to be a 2-stop race?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. So I don't know. Are they going to get out on hards?
At the top. This is going to be pure trouble at the top.
I think it is going to be trouble at the top. Because it's a choice, right? Like, do you stick to technically the mediums, which are now called hards?
Yeah.
Or do you go for the mediums, which will last to the softs? Like, what do you do?
I mean, it's something to definitely look forward to these guys playing around with. Because firstly, having a whole new compound on a car means you need to first figure out how this compound is going to perform. So FP1 is going to be insane. Friday is genuinely going to tell us everything we need to know about the new tire and how these guys are going to strategize. Yeah. Although I will say that I do believe that our top 5 contenders will not be messing around way too much. One person I believe will be messing around way too much is going to be Hamilton. For sure. And to add to that list, I think one more person that will be screwing around with the new compound is Sainz.
I thought so. I thought you'd say Sainz. Yeah. Like, I feel like there are people who have nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
Like, they might as well take the risk. I might even put Yuki in that list with him crashing out last weekend and still rearing to go to prove himself.
Right. Yep.
I think might as well go for it.
That's one of the reasons I would see that not like Yuki not being part of this list is because he wants to prove himself, whereas Hamilton and Sainz have both kind of realized that this year is to get with the team in the car. So they might play the team game and just collect data for the other driver as well, give them that, piece of advantage that they can.
Yeah.
It would be pretty sick if they do play that kind of a game. And Sainz is known to play team games, so I do see it coming from him.
Because this race, this weekend, they also only have FP1. Because then it's sprint quali, then it's sprint, then it's quali. There is no extra free practice. So with a new compound coming in and like literally one session to figure it out, that's quite challenging.
Yeah. It's gonna be something to watch for sure.
Yes, I'm excited.
Let's see how this goes.
Yep.
Now you know what Miami is also famous for, right?
The celebrity.
Apart from the celebs. Apart from doing the Kardashian spotting, what else is it known for?
I mean, what comes to mind is freaking Ferrari's amazing blue uniform last time, which brought out Charles's blue eyes.
Oh my god, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's the damn liveries, right? Yeah. And this year Alpine's joined the game.
Oh.
They're going to try something new. Along with Alpine, I do believe Racing Bulls might be trying something, but I'm not too sure. Again, that's just a rumor. Now to the team that I really want to talk about. Ferrari has once again lost the golden opportunity to recreate that iconic build. even last year, by the way, everyone was so pissed off. All the Tifosi was so pissed off because they had these beautiful, beautiful blue overalls when they sat in the same red car.
It was like little pinch of blue, right?
And yeah, there was barely any blue on it. The wing was a little blue and the HP logo was blue. And honestly, I at some point, like the amount of build up they had given it to it was, I think, almost 40 days of build up to that car reveal. It just made it so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Now this time they've only spent like a week and a half on their build up, but yeah, I think in a couple of hours we're gonna see the new Ferrari livery for Miami. We did see the outfits. What did you think?
I'm so underwhelmed. They look like
yeah. Please say it, because
guys, when Jashan first sent me the photos, I was like, they look like PE t-shirts. You know, when you would go to school and used to be PE class and used to put on like uniform. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I genuinely feel like if like Charles and Hamilton have ever been through something like this, and someone in this crowd just like takes a whistle and goes, these two are gonna start doing jumping jacks in the middle of nowhere. Like I can see it happen.
What's with that collar? It's like this little red thing happening here.
Try to make it look like a polo tee, but it's not working. There was this beautiful concept that I had seen that I believe I had shared with you, which was like blue and white.
That would look good.
That would look so good.
Last year's blue was so good.
Undefeatable.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even care that they didn't have blue on the cars. Okay, I know a lot of people were pissed about it. I was like, wow, that blue looks so good.
Imagine how good it would look on the car.
Yeah, but come on, can you imagine any Ferrari without the red? Like you wouldn't even recognize it on the track. You'd be like, what is that blue car?
Exactly.
No, it's
not
happening.
Blue
car. A car that is not a Ferrari that has got red is not a Ferrari.
This is exactly what they are also saying, and they don't change the livery every year.
I'm sorry. I'm on their side for this one. What can
all right.
Oh, another thing is, I think HP is doing this cool thing, right? Where they're printing out fan messages.
Oh, yeah. So they got like with Ferrari and sent out a message through their Insta pages for fans. I believe the deadline's over now since we're seeing the reveal in a couple hours.
I didn't even try.
I did. I hope my name comes up. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So what they're essentially doing is they're going to be taking fan messages and printing them out on the blanket that's going to be covering the new car light. This is not like a Lewis Hamilton repeat. So do you know what he did last year?
Yeah, last year. He had
to give you all context, last year as part of his final race, Mercedes gave out an option to all the OG Lewis fans to go ahead and enter a lucky draw to get their name printed as part of the livery of the car. It was like 150 names on the car. How I wished. I made like 8-9 people send in emails with my name on it.
I was one of them. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta try. That felt like very cool, and you had to try. This one, I was like, whatever, cover of the car.
I was so jealous of every Indian name on it. I didn't care whether they were from Germany or from America or from here. You're an Indian name, I'm jealous of you. Why are you there? Why am I not?
The problem is, if your name was like common, like Aditya.
Yeah.
You'd probably be on it,
That's true.
If you were my husband's name, you'd definitely be on it.
Yeah, fair.
Your name's a little too cool. Like, it's not gonna be like someone else's name.
Take it. But isn't that more of a reason to have it? It's so fine.
No, I'm just saying, like, how people trip about having a normal name all the time.
Yeah.
It works out. Sometimes you're not the person, but you get your name on things. Like, we will never find a Coke can with Raina or Joshua.
Yeah, no, we ain't. Raina, I can still imagine finding, maybe not in India, but like
nowhere. Raina's not a common name yet. It's become a little bit more popular, but it's not a common name. It's not gonna be on a Coke can.
Fair.
Sad.
Maybe we can get custom made ones. We're digressing. Now, another thing I really want to talk about when it comes to Miami, especially this weekend. As you said, Miami is known to be completely star-studded, right? But there's another star that's coming down this time. And they're going to do an event, like a proper event.
Ooh.
What I'm talking about is Cadillac.
Oh, yeah, Cadillac.
So Cadillac is rumored to go ahead and not only do like that car and livery reveal, but, which is insane enough in itself, but added weightage, they might also announce their first seat driver.
Shut up.
we've all been reading so much about Sergio Perez being in advanced talks with Cadillac. After that, guess who's in Miami this weekend?
I'm gonna guess it's Sergio Perez.
Checo is in Miami with no reason for it other than to see Cadillac's car. And there is another part to this that kind of makes a lot of sense. So you know of Andretti, right?
Yeah.
Andretti was originally part of the F1 circuit.
Okay.
And they were a team that had a car of their own.
Okay.
Okay, this is, I'm talking about like Senna and after times.
Okay.
They were that old. So while their brand had eventually diminished out and had been taken off F1's roster, recently, and I believe in 2022 or 21, they tried to make a comeback. Now, F1 actually denied them, saying that they are not going to be adding anything to the brand value of F1. So these smart guys did one thing. They went to GM, they went to Cadillac and told them, hey, let's use your luxury brand. Let's put you guys as front runners. And all we'll do is sit back and give y'all all our knowledge. I'll be consultants. So Mario Andretti, who is the owner of Andretti, of course, and has been alive for as long as he can be, honestly. As humans are concerned, he's old now. He's there. And this was his and his son's move, Michael's move, to basically get GM as an engine creator and to get Cadillac as a luxury car brand, to get the brand value that would allow them to get back into F1.
That is really some conviction, right? Like that is, because like how many people would want to be there without their name out there? But is there some love for the sport?
So it's also something to consider is while Andretti Global might not have their first name there, they're all owned by the same people. Yeah. They're essentially run by the same guys. So Andretti Global, General Motors, and of course there is a bigger father company that's sitting over them, both of them that are partners in this entire venture. Yeah. Now the part to really note is that Mario Andretti, who is going to be like the lead advisor for Cadillac, is giving his full thumbs up to Checo.
Oh, amazing. Because I mean, I feel like Checo was just a lot. Like there is no reason
not to take him. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he like Cadillac's gonna be this like American brand on the grid, and Checo brings in so much like Mexican support. Like, why wouldn't you do it? People are finally realizing Checo is not a bad driver,
right?
But I'm so excited if they're gonna show that car this weekend.
Yep.
Like it felt like a fever dream to imagine like an 11 speed. And actually being able to see that car is gonna just make it so real.
I know, right?
Yeah. But I'm also gonna be I know it's gonna look like every other car.
It's gonna be black.
That's exciting. I did not know that. I don't think there's confirmed news about it.
No, there's no confirmed news. The rumors are supposed to be a black and gold car. How are you not supposed to like that?
That sounds good. No, like what I meant is I know it's gonna be a typical F1 car.
Yeah, of course.
But I would love for it to have some vintage touch. Like like a Cadillac.
I would love it too, but unfortunately, and I have been doing the most needed thing for us. I have been going through the FIA handbook. Yes, I have been going through the FIA handbook. And I've learned a couple of things.
Dude, this guy's not a rookie anymore. Change my host. Change my co-host.
No, I haven't finished reading it. Okay, it's like a nighttime reader.
So the day you finish, I have to get a new co-host.
So I'll just forget about most of it anyways. But okay, the point I'm trying to make is the FIA's handbook has very clear instructions on how to build a car. Like they don't have a lot of leeway when it comes to these guys, making it look different or being able to add something to it that would change aero and things like that. They're so stringent with these rules.
I agree, and I know that, but I feel like with 26 being like this overall, maybe they can slip something in.
See, if nothing,
a little bit there.
If nothing, I hope they do something just for like the event. Like give us a visual that we can remember for a while,
Yeah.
That's something I would still stick with.
Yeah. Make it exciting that we're getting this new brand and this new team. That would be pretty cool.
Another thing about Caddy. So there are rumors that for their second driver, they are looking at Joe Gannon. Now, there is something very interesting about this.
Hmm.
Firstly, it's strategically the most beautiful move they can make.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why, and I'll tell them as well. Cadillac is going to be starting with a Ferrari engine for its first 3 years. The only driver on track that has a contract that you can actually buy out and has driven the new Ferrari engine. It is the best thing they can do to come out ahead. And
that would be interesting. And Joe, just like Perez, brings with him a lot of funding.
Exactly.
Cadillac,
that's a whole other country's popularity joining him, so that's nuts.
Cadillac will become like the second best funded team after Aston Martin if they get both of them.
Their sponsorships will fly.
That'll be a good move.
You want to talk about the biggest driver rumor?
I do. I'm waiting to talk about it.
I've been stretching it out as much as possible, but let's get into it. Russell going to Red Bull. We've heard Russell going to Alpine. Now we're listening to Russell going to Red Bull.
Somehow Russell going to Alpine still made sense in my head. I know like Mercedes, Alpine, probably a big emotion. Him going to Red Bull, like freaking Mercedes and Red Bull have been rivals since like I have known the sport.
Since Red Bull came into the sport.
Exactly, and now he's going to join the villains.
Means, okay. Firstly, I don't see him joining them majorly because in a recent interview, he very openly said that if my prime was when I joined, the same way Yoda saying Kimi is in his prime right now, then I should have had 2 championships to my name. But there is a causality that comes in when you are partnered up with a 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
Your eyes are on him. So you, while you may be great, you may be one of the greatest, you're not essentially going to be in the limelight as much. And the same goes for Kimi as well. Like, Kimi's limelight is purely because of the shoes he's trying to fill.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. If Kimi were replacing Russell, I don't think the same effect would have been.
I agree. But I also feel like Russell will, I feel, only go to Red Bull if Max is coming to Mercedes. Like, there's going to be some switcheroo.
Stop, bro. No, not happening.
I don't see Russell giving up being the first driver in Mercedes to become Max's second driver in Red Bull.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about how Toto in season 7 has given Russell so much bhav, saying, now you are number one, shall carry this team. I don't remember the exact words, but the feels were there where he was like putting the weight onto his
number
shoulder.
1 or something, the episode was called.
Yeah. So, like, and
he's doing well, right? Mercedes is actually performing better than Red Bull.
Yeah, that's second on the constructors. That's something to talk about.
I feel if these rumors are true of him like holding meetings with Red Bull and all, 100% the rumors of Max holding meetings with Mercedes are true. Like, the only reason he will be looking is if they are looking to replace him, right?
Yeah.
That is 100%. Like, why isn't Toto locking him down? Like, unless he's also fielding offers.
At this point, I wouldn't be able to like guess also, because it's not like he's not performing. He's utilizing your car, giving you podiums after podiums after podiums.
That is that now. It's like the lust for a world champion. If fucking Max is answering your calls, I still see. I know Toto like worships the ground Kimi walks on, but I still see Kimi maybe going to Red Bull sometime. Yeah,
in the future for sure. Like, I know for a fact that Kimi owes Toto a lot, given that he brought him up from F3, F2, now in F1. Kimi leaving Merc now would be like Charles leaving Ferrari. It doesn't work out.
It's not that serious.
The team's given you so much. I don't think you would take that for granted.
No, I don't see it this year, like next year.
Not even next year. I don't see it happening for at least 3-4 years.
I don't see it definitely for the 26th season. But it really depends on what seats open up. Now, let's say Max goes to Aston.
Yeah.
First seat in Red Bull is open. Why will Kimi not go?
I agree. Okay. Yeah.
So, like, it's all about wanting to be the leader in the team, right? Now, again, same scenario. If Russell stays, Kimi's going to play second fiddle.
Yeah, for sure.
So, wherever he gets to play first fiddle, he'll go. Not immediately.
Yeah, like my prediction is if Kimi has to rotate his team, it'll be in 29 when the car changes.
Could be.
When the actual engine changes come in rather than just the aero changes to 26. That's when he might shift, because then there'll be like GM on the block with a new engine.
Then there'll be Audi.
Audi having their own engine. There'll be 6 options to choose from at that point. Today you have 3.
And speaking of Kimmy,
Mm-hmm.
there is a whole freaking Netflix documentary coming on this boy.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, called The Seat.
So it's not about Kimmy, it's about the seat.
Yeah, it's basically Netflix not getting Lewis's rights. They're like, देखो Lewis Hamilton film पे नहीं आ रहा है, so we'll get Kimmy Antonelli and we'll just
reverse engineer the entire script.
Yeah.
I like it, honestly.
No, I don't feel it deserves to be a thing right now. Let's fucking see what this boy can do before we make a documentary on him. I love Kimmy. You know I love Kimmy. You are talking about how he's filled these big shoes. Let's at least see till
whether he can or can't now.
मतलब 5 race में how can you, and they made the documentary that they filmed it before he even started driving.
But then what have they shown? Like
they'll just show like this young talent, this young 17-year-old coming in.
So what, we're going to see a 45-minute documentary on Kimmy Antonelli?
I really don't know. So like we just said, I think they want to talk about Lewis leaving Mercedes. They not get Hamilton's rights.
Yeah.
Realize, let's get Kimmy's rights. They're cheap right now. Got Kimmy's rights, and now they're just trying to figure out what to do with it. But I, as an audience, I'm like, why am I interested in this? I'm not.
I wouldn't put it that past us also, because okay,
I'll watch it.
Of course we will.
Yeah.
But there's also the new generation, hopefully, that sees like an 18-year-old, someone they can maybe like.
They're seeing him now on the racetrack.
Right? Why did we need Drive to Survive?
Drive to Survive is very different.
It's to get a little extra out of it.
I guess for the non-F1 audience, maybe this will work. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm so already.
Isn't there another series also on Netflix that's coming out?
Yes, F1 Academy. That's gonna be.
Oh, right. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like female F1 based.
Yes, that I'm excited for, because that is literally like Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Female version.
In the academy.
So it's giving like drama, it's giving rivalries, it's giving masala. So I'm excited, okay? The Seat is giving sit down, you're bored.
It's literally called The Seat.
Yeah, so we're sitting down and we're getting bored, because what the hell? It's going to be Toto giving these long speeches. That minute I saw Kimmy, I knew he was the future. And then there's going to be Kimmy in his cute little voice talking about, oh, what big shoes I have to fill. Bhai, kar lo kuch.
Let's see how that goes. I'm not too certain.
Yeah, I'm very excited for F1 Academy. And there's another show coming on Amazon Prime, which is about Formula E drivers.
No wonder they got rights. I was like, how did they get F1 rights, bro?
Formula E. Whatever Netflix wants to do, Prime wants to do. Whatever Prime does, Netflix wants to do. Of course. But yeah, that also should be exciting. Gives us a peek into another kind of series. So
fair enough. I mean, there is already a series on NASCAR also, by the way, which to like fewer people's knowledge is part of the FIA.
Interesting. I saw a NASCAR race recently.
Really?
Race. I saw like a highlight.
You saw cars going in a circle?
Yeah, basically. I was wondering. So the reason I saw it is there's this very famous moment where this driver goes, I'm just going to hit, like he says, I'm just going to hit the pedal. Either I'll see the checkered flag or I'll see God.
Yeah.
And he goes against
the railing.
And he just goes. And it's a crazy freaking video.
So and what he did was at back then legal, right after he's done it, it's been marked illegal.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, whoa,
what the hell was that? But when I was watching it, I was like, because I saw a little lead up to it. I was like, what happened?
So okay, the reason NASCAR is also a great automotive sport is it's a closed circuit endurance race.
It's an endurance race. That's the
500 laps. The Indy 500, which is the most prestigious NASCAR championship, is 500 laps.
That's crazy.
Even if I'm going on a circle 500 times,
I will get chakkars.
Nuts.
What is that real sound? Mujhe chakkars aa rahe hai. That that is how I'm feeling about this Indy 500. Yeah. Speaking of FIA. Good news. They are overturning some rules.
This is they might overturn some good rules. So let's get into it. The first rumor is that they are planning to change the speed limit of the pit lane from 80 kilometers per hour to 100 kilometers per hour. While 20 seconds may not, 20 kilometers per hour may not seem like much to us because,
I don't know how to
Bombay
drive.
roads
Oh.
and that. But anyone who does know how to drive and drives in Bombay, that for us that doesn't make much of a difference. But now on an F1 track, that is essentially going to cut down the average time of a pit stop, which is currently between 22 to 25 seconds, directly by 5 seconds. So it's going to be close to 18 to 22 seconds, 17 to 22 seconds is what I read.
That's crazy.
Which would be pretty cool because now that gives people another advantage of, oh, okay, these pit stops are faster, which means overtakings will be better. Your pitch strategies will get more precise in what they're doing. Ferrari is really going to have to pull up their socks with this. It's going to make the race more exciting for sure. So the FIA is under talks and is under discussion currently, which this is not a rumor. This is actual news where they are under discussion currently to make the swearing rule, which is Appendix B of the FIA handbook. This is why I started reading it, by the way.
I can't believe you're reading the Appendix handbook.
It's the entire FIA handbook. It's like 180, 90 pages or something like that. It's quite fairly technical, clearly, but it's fun. Getting back to it, they are finally going to make the swearing rules more lenient for all drivers, and this is not just for F1 but across all FIA automotive sports.
Thank God.
So that's going to really, really like ease out the drivers to be more themselves while they're racing, because like this is something Max had spoken about last year in an interview post race, where he kind of brought up a very fair point of, am I supposed to now drive the car at a speed of 300 and turn my car at a speed of 300 or close to it, or am I supposed to be checking my tongue?
It's crazy.
Because if I'm doing either or, then I might lose my life.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, like it happens. Like we guys, because we do a podcast, we put it on like social platforms. We try not to swear, right?
And
we try.
still, like,
it slips out.
About 5 minutes ago, it just slipped out of my mouth. So like it happens, of course.
And I'm so happy that Gordon Ramsay convinced him.
That was a most beautiful moment. Like the F175 launch event, and this guy has gone off on the FI. Like,
I'm to convince Gordon Ramsay is only convinced.
Dude, he's made Ben a proper idiot sandwich. But that day he made him look like a proper idiot sandwich.
Love it.
I was in love with it.
So this week we also had like the start of the Madrid track being built. So there was a whole wave of flag off event of the track. And our very own Carlos Sainz is going to be the track ambassador of the Madrid track, which has already earned itself a name.
It has earned itself its name. And one second, before you tell them the name comes from a specific place. They have created a simulation of the track already that people have tried to drive.
Okay, guys, before he gets into the details, the track is already being called Mad Ring. Mad Ring. It's giving bullfight. It's giving it's going to be crazy. It's giving Spanish on steroids. So, yeah, I mean, I've heard that the simulation seems quite tough.
Yeah.
And even Carlos Sainz, I mean, I don't know if it's because he's a track ambassador, but he has said that he thinks it's going to become one of the most challenging tracks on the calendar, which is crazy. Also to note about Madrid, it's going to be kind of like the Miami track, which we're talking about this week, because it's also going to be like a street track with permanent race fixtures.
Oh.
So yeah, it Madrid, Miami kind of follows that format of their track.
So Madrid, but it doesn't get classified as a street race.
No, it doesn't. So it's basically a street circuit characteristics with permanent track features, whatever that means.
So it's a hybrid.
Yes, hybrid engines, hybrid tracks. We're all going hybrid.
Yeah, I know someone who's not happy about that.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy.
No. Like one person in specific became extremely vocal last week.
Albin, right? Yeah, Albin. Albin wants to take panga.
Albin wants to go back to their beginning. He's like, let's move all these rules, let's move all these hybrids, let's just use eco-friendly fuel and our original engines, and let's just let people rip, you know?
I feel like having someone called Chili as your teammate has really spiced it up.
Right?
From his radio messages to his public appearances, he is giving controversial takes.
I love it.
I love it too. So, speaking about Chile, the Madrid track is going to be a 5.4-kilometer circuit with 22 high speed corners.
That's pretty wild.
That is quite wild. And corner 12 is going to be the trickiest at a 550-meter long corner.
It's a 550-meter corner. For those of you who can't really visualize this, we'll try and like show you all a visualization of this, because even I can't visualize it too much right now. But I know that sounds insane, because from the few track details that I do know, this is short.
This is good. Oh,
yeah.
I thought it's long.
But they're going at almost 300 km.
This is supposed to be like the feature of the track.
Yeah, so having it be short is dangerous.
Oh.
The longer space you have, the more easily you can take a high speed turn. Oh. The shorter the space, the more harder you're gonna have to hit the brakes.
Oops, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do remember this rookie also doesn't know how to drive?
Yes.
So yeah. Other key features, they're gonna have a tunnel entrance before turn 18.
Love that.
Yep. And the track width is gonna be around 12 to 15 meters. So plenty of overtaking opportunities.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's needed.
Yeah.
After looking at like the last race that we saw, it's needed. It's really 100%. Needed.
So this is all good news for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't wait for Madrid. And I think we will be getting into our Miami predictions now. But before we do, there's one man we need to talk about. An Indian who's putting us on the global F1 map.
This guy, dude. Where are these uncles coming from?
I love this uncle. What do you mean? Shut up. This uncle is the coolest
shit. No doubt. He's too cool. But that's my point. Itna coolness laate kahan se ho tum?
Guys, there's an Indian uncle giving digital snan. Digital. Can you hear me?
Digital snan where? I still think it's in the bathroom of the house.
No. Ganga, I'm guessing.
I
mean, it looks like any other river. I don't know.
No, he's doing a digital Ganga snan for these guys.
Digital Ganga snan. Now, I don't even know how to explain this, but he is holding a photo of drivers and putting it into the Ganga to give them blessings.
He is quite literally doing a visurgence with that photo, man. Goes dip and dip out, and then he shows it back to the camera. And he dips it, and he shows it to the camera.
Yeah. So all you people who went for the Kumbh, you could have just asked for a digital snan.
Or, gone with the Ferrari ka jersey on, dipped in, dipped out, dipped in, dipped out.
Yeah, so he's given Alonso a digital snan. Yeah. Now he's given Hamilton.
Yep.
I'm about to GPay him all my money to give Leclerc.
Give him all your money. He literally takes requests.
No, but I want him to give one for Leclerc every freaking day.
Every weekday is like every week, every race week is still like manageable.
Can you imagine Leclerc getting digital now?
Your bank balance, and I pity your husband at this point.
I will be like, bro, how am I winning it?
Yeah. Suddenly, the power of God is within me.
Okay, we shouldn't laugh at him. He's doing us all a service.
Who?
This digital snan man.
I thought Charles. Why is he doing us a service?
That also.
By doing what?
Existing. But yeah, the digital snan man is gonna be the reason Hamilton wins this race. It's gonna be the reason Fernando Alonso does not retire. And now whoever he does next is also up for miracles. So we should get into our predictions, because we have sprint predictions and we have race predictions. Looking at your face, I don't think you remembered.
I did not.
So should I go first?
Yes, please.
Jashan's like, I need every second to think.
Like my
Listen,
entire
don't
brain's
stick.
like
Listen to me also.
firing neurons right now. Yeah.
Okay. Let me know something.
There you go. No,
I haven't.
okay. So your sprint once first. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Sprint.
Hmm.
At P3,
Mm-hmm.
I have Kimi Antonelli.
Okay.
At P2, I have Oscar Piastri.
Mm-hmm.
And at P1,
Say it.
I have Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm just hoping he repeats whatever miracle happened in China sprint.
Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe with less fuel
Mm-hmm.
and like this whole new car setup
Yes.
just for sprints.
Yeah.
Maybe Lewis is shining at that point.
Hopefully.
Maybe every sprint this year is going to be Lewis's. We'll take it. We'll take it.
I mean, उसका गंगा स्नान तो हो गया अभी तो
He's
कुछ
gonna
तो होना चाहिए. कुछ तो होना चाहिए. I think.
give your predictions.
For sprint, oh, we're going sprint first. Then like, so for sprint, I would honestly say Max P3, George P2, and Lando P1.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm purely saying this out of like top performers, and
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I've actually just covered the entire constructor table currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I didn't mean to do that, but I did.
Piastri's P1. You put Lando, right?
No, I'm not talking about like. I'm talking
Oh,
constructors.
construct. Yeah, you
Yeah, it's McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull for me.
Yeah, that's true.
As the order for sprint.
So for race,
Hmm.
I have got Max Verstappen P3.
Mm-hmm.
This is so hard.
This is hard.
Yeah, because I never know between the McLaren boys. Like it's literally like I'm doing inky pinky every freaking race.
So this time in like this thing, I'm just gonna keep swiping them around.
Yeah. So I have P2 Oscar Piastri and P1 Lando Norris. I'm hoping being back in Miami boosts his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I mean, he still needs to get away from himself to do that.
I agree, but he has publicly this week had a interview where he has said that he does know that he's too harsh on himself and he needs to stop doing that. So I'm hoping some therapy has happened.
Did he also say when he's planning to do that?
Oh, Miami! I'm hoping some therapy, some self-reflection, some off time.
I mean, I have him as my sprinter, he might as well perform, dude.
Yes, who are your race winners?
So, my race winners for the week in Miami, I would say I have, I'll actually agree with you for Max on P3.
Okay.
Charles on P2.
I love it.
And I have Norris on P1.
Okay, yeah. So our P2 is the only difference. It's going to take a lot or some kind of mishap for Oscar though to fall from winning 3 races.
Yeah, to suddenly not. But I don't know.
Not even be in your top 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling. And he's like, even Max said it, he doesn't make too many mistakes. Oscar barely makes any mistakes.
Yeah.
And he would be like a very safe bet. Yeah, what are we going to do making safe bets,
Yes, I cannot wait for this weekend. And I think it's going to be a fun-filled one. Still hoping for a 4th race winner. But a red one would be great. Maybe in sprint, right? I've predicted.
Yeah.
I've predicted
him at 2nd. Well, what if he performed?
Why did you have Hamilton? Have you given up?
This year, yes. He's given up. Dude, what am I not? Why I keep him hopeful?
Hamilton just being the sad crybaby. I feel like he is just putting too much pressure on himself, just like Lando.
That's the thing. He isn't usually like that. Even on his bad days, we have always seen him be, and I am saying this for the lack of a better term in my own head, he's very SRK about things. Yeah, like, he's got that vibe to him that makes sure he looks like a winner.
I feel like since the last year in Mercedes also, he's been a little,
aloof.
I was going to say crybaby, but yeah.
I'm going to stick to aloof. I don't want to label him a crybaby.
Yes, sorry, Hamilton. But yes, so those are our predictions. Those are our news. Those are our rumors. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yep.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe.
Please interact.
Please, we love it. Yeah, we love reading all your comments.
Additionally, I think this is the perfect time to just like go ahead and push it. If you guys have any rookie questions for us, feel free.
That's true. If you've made it so far,
Yeah.
and looking at the time, quite far.
Mhm.
And if you have any questions about this episode, anything else F1 related,
Even in F1 itself, I'm reading the guidebook for God's sake. If you're having any problems with that,
Yes.
go ahead and ask.
yes, we think we're gonna call this segment "No Silly Questions."
Yeah.
No silly questions.
No,
Something like that. Yeah.
let's call it no rookie questions.
No rookie questions.
Actually, that makes it sound wrong.
Yeah.
Rookie questions only.
Rookie questions only. You heard it here first. And this is gonna be like an Instagram reel
Yeah.
segment, which we will, as we get questions from friends, from subscribers, we'll keep answering them.
Yep.
Yes. So yeah, see you next time.
Bye.